Welcome to On the Mat with Lydia, that's me. And whatever has brought you to your yoga practice today, you are very welcome here. Let's get right on into our flow today, starting in a comfortable seated position. So as you make your way to your comfy seat, take a moment to wiggle around a little bit. Find that sweet spot at the center of your sits bones. From there, lifting up tall to the top of your head, roll your shoulders back and down. And then settling your eyes closed or finding a soft gaze towards the floor in front of you. Taking your first few rounds of breath here on the mat to really arrive. So you've already made the commitment to physically arrive onto your yoga mat, to make this space for yourself today. So let's really fully commit by arriving into your body, into your breath. Allowing yourself to be present with whatever thoughts, emotions, sensations are popping up for you today. No matter if you would label them as positive or negative. Give yourself permission to be in this experience of you. Knowing that your yoga mat is always a space where you are allowed to tune in to what's really going on. And your yoga mat is also a space where we get to find a lot of freedom in our bodies. So when we get still and quiet enough, we can hear the messages, the signals that our body is constantly sending us. As we listen to those messages, we begin to interpret them into our movements. So during this practice today, I really encourage you to be bold, be playful. Listen to those messages of your body and interpret them into a beautiful flow that feels right for you. So I'll offer you guidance throughout the postures today. But please take the liberty of modifying, taking variations. Maybe you add a little bit more organic movement into some of these places of stillness. You might even add or skip postures as we go. This is your space to get creative, to tune in, and to feel good. Let's join together here with palms meeting in front of your heart, Anjali Mudra. Eyes can stay closed here or find that soft gaze. As you inhale, interlace your fingers, send your elbows out wide to either side of you. As you exhale, push your palms away from you as you tuck your chin and slightly round your spine. Pause here, lengthening out through the heels of your hands. Feeling your shoulder blades drawing apart slightly so you get this puffing of the upper back. Take another inhale here. Stay for the exhale. As you inhale, push your hands up to the sky, lengthening up through your spine. As you exhale, reach up and over to the right, just a little side bend. Inhale, come right back up through center. Exhale, reach up and over to the left. Inhale, up through center once more. As you exhale, release your fingers, bend your elbows, find cactus arms. Reach your fingertips all the way back behind you. Inhale, lift your chest a little higher. As you exhale, come back to center, hands in front of your heart. Let's do that twice more. Inhale to interlace your fingers, send your elbows wide. Exhale, push your palms away, round your spine. Inhale, arms to the sky, lift up tall. Exhale, reach up and over to the right. Inhale, back up through center. Exhale, reach up and over to the left. Inhale through center. Exhale, cactus arms, elbows wide. Inhale, fingertips behind your hips. Roll your shoulders back. Exhale, hands to heart center. Come to center with the spine. One more. Inhale, elbows wide. Exhale, push your palms away. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, little side bend, lean to the right. Inhale, lift back up through center. Exhale, reach up and over to the left. Inhale, back up through center, get taller. Exhale, cactus arms, elbows wide. Fingertips behind you as you inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, hands together in front of your heart. This time, bow your head to your hands. Take this moment to set an intention for your practice today. Your intention can be a word or maybe a short phrase that really calls in the energy that you want to bring with you throughout practice today. So your intention might be something like strength, focus, calm, peace. Whatever it is that you feel you really need today. And let's seal in our intentions with a breath in through the nose. Big sigh out through your mouth. Release your hands down to your thighs. Lift your head back up to neutral gaze as straightforward. Beautiful. Transition onto hands and knees, please. Find all fours. Now remember, we're finding a lot of freedom in the body today. So as you arrive in all fours, take a little bit of organic movement. Maybe you move through the hips, maybe the head and shoulders. Just see what happens here. There's no right or wrong, no search for perfection. We're simply moving. And eventually find that you can settle back into a tabletop position, stacking your joints, lengthening your spine. With your next inhale, find your cow pose, shoulder blades drawing together, belly drops. As you exhale, find your cat, rounding your spine, look towards your toes. Again, inhale for cat. And exhale for cat. Let's keep this going with your breath, using that entire inhale and full exhale to move. Now, as you keep going through this cat and cow, bring some of that organic movement into the mix. So maybe, again, the hips begin to sway or circle. Maybe you shake the head side to side. Whatever feels good, just continuing to link your breath with your body. And perhaps that means you pause in one shape or another, really breathing into that stretch if that feels nice. Really, this is all about you. This is all about being with your body and giving yourself this space on the mat to explore that. One more full round of breath here to move through your cat-cow. And we'll meet back in a neutral spine, long through the crown of the head. Tuck your toes behind you, lift your hips up and back, come into downward facing dog. Allowing your knees to stay softly bent, and again, finding a little movement here. Pedaling your heels, shaking out your hips, maybe nodding your head yes, shaking it out no. Looking for a little more vitality in the body as we bring in this movement. So part of our yoga practice is finding this flow of prana all the way through the body, this life force energy that we can move with our breath, with our physical bodies. And so finding that awareness here, feeling that movement of energy, really getting down to the essence of our yoga practice. Now from your downward facing dog, take an inhale, roll your spine forward into a plank, shoulders stack over wrists. As you exhale, send the hips back and up once again, downward facing dog. Inhale, rolling forward, find your plank. Exhale, rock it back, downward facing dog. 3 more times with your breath. Again, move in any way that feels good here. And as you do this, just check in with the hands and feet. See if they're trying to move as you transition from pose to pose. Can you keep them cemented into the mat? Let the body be long as you flow here. The next time that you inhale, shift forward into your plank. Exhale, lower knees, chest, chin to the mat. Keep your tailbone lifted high. Roll the fronts of your shoulders away from the floor. Take another inhale here. As you exhale, draw your belly button in towards your spine. Inhale, drop your hips, lift your chest, find cobra. Exhale, hips to heels, find child's pose. Tuck your toes behind you here. Feel a little stretch through the soles of your feet. Take another in breath. As you breathe out, press your hips to the sky. Come back into downward facing dog. Beautiful. From your down dog, take an inhale. Sweep your right leg back behind you. 3-legged dog. As you exhale, draw your knee towards your nose. Shift your weight forward. Land your right foot in between your hands. You can use your hands to help get your foot up there if you'd like. Back knee gently drops to the mat, setting up for low lunge. Let's keep our hands on the mat for now. If you have blocks, feel free to use them, lifting the earth up to you. Left fingertips plant. Take an inhale, sweep your right arm up, find a twist. Really feel your shoulder blades hug together here. Lifting up through your chest, find that wingspan fingertip to fingertip. Take another inhale here. As you exhale, slowly unwind. Again, hands frame that right foot. Now, turning your back leg here, left toes reach towards the right side of your mat. So your left shin is in line with your right heel. As you rise your chest, push through the front leg, left hand back behind you, right arm to the sky, modified side plank. Reaching out long through that right leg, anchoring through the left hand. Take another inhale. Stay for the exhale. Finding that core connection here, navel hugs to spine. Inhale, rise up to stand on that left knee. As you exhale, reach up and over towards the right leg. Find a side bend. Now, right toes can be facing that front edge of your mat or the long edge of your mat, whatever feels most comfortable for the knee. Feeling that you can reach up and over through this left side body, so you're really getting the stretch here. Let's take another breath in and breath out. Inhale, bring the upper body upright. Turn your toes now to the top of your mat. As you exhale, rebend your right knee, coming into like a kneeling warrior 2 shape. Wrap that left hand around your rib cage. Inhale, sweep your right arm up and back. Find reverse warrior. Keep pushing through your right foot, feeling that slight dropping of your hips. So we're starting to get some sensation in the inner right thigh. Take another inhale here. Exhale, come back to warrior 2, arms to a T. Now, fingertips are going to find the floor, hips shoot back as you do so. Tuck your left toes, lift your left knee. As you turn to face the top of your mat, step your left leg behind your right, bowing over your legs, cross-legged forward fold. Bend your knees as much as you need to bring your chest to your thighs. Let your head hang heavy. Feeling this sensation not only into the hamstrings, the backs of the legs, but also into that outer right hip here as well. Let's take another steady breath in and breath out. Planting down through your right foot, take an inhale, sweep your left leg back behind you, passing through standing splits. Exhale, land your left foot, step your right foot back to meet your left, you're in a plank. Inhale, shift your weight forward into your fingertips. Exhale, lower knees, chest, and chin to the floor. Inhale, rise your heart, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale to child's pose, but tuck your toes behind you. Inhale here. As you exhale, power up your legs, press your hips to the sky. You're in downward facing dog. Inhaling, sweep your left leg back, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, bring your weight forward, and then land that left foot in between your hands. Back knee lightly lowers to the mat, setting up for your low lunge. Hands stay framing your left foot. Planting through your right hand, take an inhale, sweep your left arm open. As you exhale, find that core connection, drawing navel to spine. Beautiful. Draw that left shoulder back a little bit more as you inhale. Press down through that left foot as you exhale. One more inhale here. Exhale, slowly unwind your twist. Left hand comes back down. Now, right leg. Let's turn the right toes to face the left side of the mat, bringing your shin to the floor. As you inhale, press through the left leg, right hand to the floor, left arm to the sky. Find a modified side plank. Feel your shoulder blades drawing together behind you, so it's kind of like you're lifting your chest, almost twisting open towards the sky. But at the same time, you're keeping that strong core connection. Take another inhale here. And exhale. Inhale, coming all the way up to stand on that right knee. As you exhale, reach up and over, side bend. Left hand lightly landing on your left leg, right arm reaching up and over. Think about a crescent moon shape through the right side of your body. Let's stay here for another breath in and breath out. Beautiful. Inhale, rise back up to a tall spine. As you exhale, rebend your left knee, drop the hips, find a kneeling warrior two. Right arm wraps around your rib cage. As you inhale, send your left arm up and back. Find this reverse warrior shape going on. Really push away from the mat with that left foot. So we're not just dropping into the joints here, but we're really turning on the legs and hips. And then feeling that lengthening of your left side ribs coming away from your left hip. One more inhale here. Exhale, warrior two with the arms. Hands come to the mat. Let your hips shift back to get them there. And then tuck your right toes. Step your right leg up behind your left as you turn your chest forward. Fold over the legs. Draw your thighs together here for a little squeeze there. And then again, let the knees bend so that you can really hang heavy. Breathing into whatever sensations are popping up here. You might really be feeling this in the outer left hip. Let's stay for another breath in and breath out. Weight shifts to the left foot. Inhale, sweep your right leg back. Think standing splits. With your exhale, land your right toes at the back of your mat. Step your left foot back to meet your right. We're in our plank. Inhale, weight shifts forward to your fingertips. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, or press straight back to down dog. Inhale for your back bend. Exhale, child's pose with toes tucked. Inhale here. Exhale, send your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Well done, let's keep it going. Inhale, sweep your right leg back. Exhale, knee to nose, step to the top of your mat. Back knee stays lifted this time. Press through the balls of both feet. With an inhale, slowly rise your upper body up, coming tall into your crescent lunge. Now the back knee can bend if that feels more supportive for your hips and low back, allowing your tailbone to sink down as the crown of your head lifts up. Now let's stay for about 2 more rounds of breath here. Remember, if you want to get creative with this, if you want to move or shift this pose at all, go for it. This is your time to explore. Now with the next inhale, begin to straighten through your right leg. As you exhale, drop your hands down to your hips. Ground your back heel, so maybe that means you step the left foot forward slightly. Take another inhale here. As you exhale, hinge from your hips, folding over your right thigh. One or both knees can bend as you fold here, shifting that right hip back in space so that you feel both hip bones are pointing straight forward. Then hands might stay on hips, maybe hands drop down to your shin, or if you can reach blocks or the mat, fingertips can come all the way down. Let's stay for a few breaths here. Feeling this lengthening through the backs of your legs, lengthening through your spine. And this kind of drawing in that happens when we're in a forward fold. This inward attention. Let's stay for another breath in. And breath out. Beautiful. As you inhale, think about your halfway lift, drawing your spine forward. As you exhale, land your left hand either to the inside or outer edge of your right foot. Right hand to your right hip. Take another inhale. As you exhale, twist your chest open to the right, moving into revolved triangle. Now, as best you can, keep the energy of your right hip moving back in space. And then if you'd like, that right arm can curl up towards the sky. Feeling that drawing together of your shoulder blades, lengthening through your spine, and of course, that strong core connection. Wonderful job, everyone. Let's stay for another inhale here. As you exhale, really slowly unwind that twist. Beautiful. Rebend that front knee, ground into the right foot. As you inhale, lift the left leg, passing through standing splits. As you exhale, open your hip, land that left foot, and find warrior two. Take your time with that transition. And as you arrive in your warrior two, take some time to readjust. So front heels in line with back inner arch. Nice strong bend in that front knee. Now we're turning on the quads here. So think about squeezing the tops of your thighs and feeling this action of hugging in towards your pelvis. From that hugging in, feel that you can really lift up, getting even lighter, taller through the spine. Let's stay here for another breath in. And breath out. Left arm wraps around your rib cage. As you inhale, reach your right arm up and back, reverse warrior. Stay for the exhale, drawing your shoulder blades together on your back. Another inhale here. And exhale. Last inhale here, reaching up and back. Now as you exhale, slowly come all the way forward, right arm to right thigh. Use that hand on your rib cage to roll your chest open towards the sky, and then release that left arm up into side angle. Awesome job. Feel the strength of your legs here, pushing down through your feet, and imagine that you could drag your feet together to meet at the center of your mat. And we still have that turning on of the thighs, that hugging into the hips, All of this keeping us really strong and supported. Feeling powerful here as you take another inhale. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, reach up and back, reverse warrior, this time straight to the front leg if you'd like. Exhale, rebend your front knee as your hands come all the way to the mat. Lift your back heel so that you can square off your hips. Plant your left palm into the floor. Step your right foot back to meet your left as you inhale, spread the right arm open. Come into a side plank. Option to keep the right foot in front of you as a kickstand or scissor across the legs here, one foot in front of the other. Wherever you are, really press out of that left hand. Maybe your hips can get a little higher. Take another inhale here. Exhale, slowly unwind. Right hand to the mat. Re-square your hips and shoulders. Inhale in your plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, or meet us right back in down dog. Inhale, find your back bend. Exhale, child's pose with toes tucked. Inhale here. Exhale, press your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Let's pause here for a breath in and sigh it out. Awesome, let's keep flowing here. Inhale, left leg sweeps back. Exhale, knee to nose, planting that left foot at the top of your mat. Back knee stays lifted for this one as you inhale, rising up into your crescent lunge. Back knee can bend a little or a lot if that feels nice. And remember, find a little freedom here. If you want to move around a little bit, make this dynamic. If you want to change up the pose, maybe even drop the back heel. Whatever feels right for your body, you really do know best. 2 more rounds of breath to explore here, whatever that looks like for you. Now with your next inhale, straightening through both legs. Exhale, hands come to your hips. Let's ground that back heel. Inhale, getting tall. Exhale, fold forward over your left leg. Take your time with it. As you come down into your fold, readjust your hands as needed. And maybe one or both knees bend here. Play around with that. As we pause for a few rounds of breath here in our pyramid, let's find this energy of the hips, the pelvis. So feeling that your left outer hip is moving back and in, so we get that same sensation of hugging in to center that we talked about just a few moments ago. Now at the same time, your right hip is moving slightly forward to get that squaring off action. And again, hugging in to center, everything coming in towards the navel. Let's stay here for another breath in and breath out. Next inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, right hand plants to the inside or outside edge of your left foot. Maybe grabbing the ankle, that's a beautiful option as well. Left hand comes to your left hip as you take another inhale for length. Exhale, draw your left shoulder back, roll your rib cage open. Find your revolved triangle. Core connection, navel lift to spine. As your left hip keeps moving back, your left shoulder keeps opening up. Maybe left arm sweeps up to the sky, finding your wingspan. Maybe not. Now finding here a balance between effort and ease, between the strength and the stretch. So you're likely still feeling a lot of sensation around that left leg, left hip. We're still getting that stretch going on through the legs and the chest. But we're also feeling a lot of support has to happen in the core and the pelvis region. Recognizing that all here as we take another inhale. Ooh, as you exhale, slowly unwind your twist. A little bit of balance there. Shifting your weight back into your left foot. Take an inhale, lift your right leg, pass through standing splits. Exhale, open up your hip as you land your right foot, coming into warrior two. Take a few moments to readjust here. Find that heel to arch alignment, maybe making your feet wider or bringing them closer together. Feeling the spreading of your hips that happens as you set up the legs. And then mirroring that with the spread of your chest. Arms come out wide. Let's take another inhale here. Stay for the exhale. Right arm wraps around your rib cage as you inhale, reach up and back, reverse warrior. As you exhale, anchor down through that back foot. Again, inhale here, left ribs reaching up. Exhale, left hip dropping down. One more inhale here. As you exhale, come all the way forward, left arm to left thigh. Use your right hand to help you roll your ribcage open towards the sky, and then free up that right arm. Find your side angle. Continuing to anchor through your back foot, really turning on that right leg, keeping you really supported here. And then feeling this almost twist-like action happening through the chest. Right shoulder is drawing back, shoulder blades hugging together. Such a beautiful hold here. Let's take another inhale. And exhale. Inhale, reaching up and back, pass through reverse warrior. Maybe the front leg straightens. Exhale, rebend your knee as your hands come all the way to the mat. Square off your hips. You're in a lunge. Plant your right palm onto the floor. Find the strength through that right arm. Then stepping your left foot back to meet your right, open your hips and shoulders. Find your side plank. Now if legs are stacked here, really squeeze your inner thighs together. Push through that outer edge of the right foot. If the legs are scissored, again, squeezing the inner thighs. Or maybe that left foot is in front of you, giving a nice kickstand to lift your hips a little higher. Whatever works for you here, staying for another breath in. As you breathe out, left hand to the mat, square off hips and shoulders. Inhale, rock your weight forward to the fingertips. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, hips to heels, tuck your toes under. Inhale here. Exhale, push your hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Our last down dog of the practice here will stay for 5 rounds of breath. If there's another pose that you'd rather pause in, like child's pose or maybe a seated position, please feel free to find that instead. Use this opportunity to really reconnect with the rhythm of your breath. Feeling that flow of energy through your body. Maybe it feels tingly or hot or cold. And feeling this freedom that you've created in your body by moving in the way that you wanted to move. By linking breath with body. Now from wherever you are, please make your way to a seated position on the mat. Transition in any way that feels fun. And as you come all the way onto your booty here, scoot yourself so that you're at about the midpoint of the mat. Knees bent, feet planted in front of you. And see that the feet are about hips width distance, maybe a little bit wider. Starting with your hands on the backs of your thighs, roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, begin to lean your chest back just a couple inches and pause. So your hands are still catching your legs here. Elbows are hugging in towards your sides, but we're pulling with the hands. Feel that as you lean the torso back, naturally your belly button is gonna hug in towards your spine. And now the work is to keep the chest open at the same time. So collarbone's always spreading as the navel is hugging in, almost like your low back is trying to get to the floor, but your chest isn't gonna let that happen. So with all that set up in the spine, let's take another inhale here. As you exhale, begin to float your feet off the mat. Maybe the shins come up to parallel, finding your boat pose. For today, let's keep the hands behind the thighs. Push your thighs into your hands, pull your hands back into your legs. Now that might mean the elbows open up a little wider so that you're really using the strength of your arms to do this. Remember, we're keeping the chest lifted here as if your heart is trying to reach your knees. Let's take another breath in. As you breathe out, lightly land the toes. Rock your spine back up tall for an inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Hands walk behind your hips now. Fingers either point forward or out to the sides, whatever feels best for your wrists. Feet are firmly planted, shoulders roll back and down. Push through your hands and feet, take an inhale here. As you exhale, rise your hips any amount, come into your reverse table. Hug your shoulder blades together, really pushing through your hands. Maybe the head drops back a little bit if that feels okay for your neck. Staying for one more inhale here. As you exhale, slowly lower the hips right back down. Inhale, sit up once again. Hands come to the backs of your thighs. Exhale, lean the torso back. Feel that core connection. Inhale, lift your feet to hover. Find your boat pose. Exhale, feet come back to the mat. Inhale, sit tall, hands come behind your hips. Exhale, push your hips to the sky, find reverse table. Stay for the inhale here. Exhale, lightly land the hips. One more like that. Inhale, sit up tall, hands behind your thighs. Exhale, lean the torso back, find navel to spine. Inhale, feet lift, push hands into thighs, thighs into hands. Exhale, feet come back down. Inhale, sitting tall as your hands plant behind you. Exhale, lift your hips, find reverse table. Push through hands and feet as you inhale here. Exhale, slowly lower your booty to the mat. Well done. Inhale, sit tall, hands behind your thighs. This time as you exhale, lean the torso back, and let's keep that going. Come all the way onto your back. Once you reach that tipping point, draw your legs in with you, thighs coming in towards your chest. And wrap yourself up in a nice big hug here. Arms around your shins or around the backs of your thighs. And hopefully this feels like a really nice release for your spine, especially your low back. Maybe taking a little rock to find that massaging of the sacrum. Let's take this into our happy baby pose. So knees open up nice and wide, arms come to the inside edges of your legs. Grabbing your shins, big toes, or feet, kick your heels to the sky. And then draw your knees down as if you're going to plug your knees into your armpits. Once you've found your happy baby shape, it's time to explore. So find that playfulness, maybe rocking around, maybe straightening one leg then the other. Or perhaps to you, what feels most nourishing right now is to stay in stillness. You always have the choice here. And as we stay for a few more rounds of breath, really checking out the sensations around your hips here, maybe even around your low back and your tailbone. Finding that steadiness of your breath. Let's take another inhale here. Stay for the exhale. Gathering your legs back together in front of your chest. Take your time to do so. And then lengthening your legs straight up to the sky. Let your legs separate to about hips width distance, or maybe a little bit wider. And then reach your arms up as well. So we're finding all four limbs kind of floating in space here. Relax your fingers and toes as best you can. Maybe wiggle them out, scrunch them up, and then spread them. Relax the ankles, the wrists, the knees, the elbows, the hips, the shoulders. And then bring a little shake into the arms and legs. Just shaking it out. Nothing in particular to do here, no proper form. We're just letting the body shake. Remember that prana, that energy that's moving through our bodies. Really shaking that energy up here. Just a few more moments here to shake, shake, shake. Get into the thighs, into the hips, into the upper arms. Beautiful. And then bringing the arms and legs back to stillness. Let them hover in space above you. And if you want to add a little more to this, you can let the eyes close and really feel into that floating sensation. No need to engage any muscles here, no need for work. Allowing the space around you to hold you up. Feel into those places that are trying to work and give them permission to relax. You are held. You are free. Let's take a few more breaths here to really feel into all of that. With your next natural exhale, slowly gather your arms and legs back in towards your chest, curling into a ball. Take a breath in and breath out. As you're ready, slowly make your way into your final resting pose, whatever that looks like for you today. And as you arrive in this final shape, perhaps adding some props to support you, to bolster you. Maybe putting on a sweatshirt or covering yourself with a blanket to really get comfy cozy. And giving yourself this comfort so that you can commit to this place of stillness for the next few minutes. This is your time to be in your body without restrictions, without control, without any expectations. You are free to be just as you are. Let all that soak in. Shavasana. Please stay in your Shavasana for as long as you can. And when you're ready to reawaken, do so slowly, piece by piece. First, feeling yourself where you're resting in space, your body connected to the earth, the air moving around you. And coming back to the flow of your breath, this embodiment of your energy. And bringing movement back into your body, starting small. Moving, stretching out in any way that you need to as your body reawakens. And slowly transitioning back up to a seated position, really taking your time through this process. As we meet back in a seated position, once again bringing your palms together to touch in front of your heart. And returning to your intention that you set at the beginning of practice. Knowing that if your intention still serves you, you can take it with you throughout the rest of your day, maybe throughout the rest of your week. I thank you so much for meeting me on the mat. Namaste.